see nothing. I'll show you something. Oh, wow, wow. You don't want to miss this. It's the new sound. It's the new sound. New hype, new vibe, new wave, good times. It's the new sound. Oh, wow, wow, wow.
Are you gonna go my way?
Please welcome Michael Dell.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning and welcome to Dell Technologies World. This year, I'm coming to you from a very special street where ideas and action turn into results and outcomes. This is Dell Technologies Way, and you're all here, from students to teachers to engineers to your neighborhood bank and hardware store. And for the next 4 days, we're going to be telling your stories, real stories about how together we're putting your data to work to drive breakthrough innovation. Our street is alive with your energy and, yes, your creativity and your data. Whether you're developing cancer treatments or growing a business, data is at the center of everything, everywhere, all the time. And over 75% of enterprise data will soon be created and processed at the edge. And AI will follow the data, not the other way around. The future of AI will be decentralized, low latency, and hyper efficient. And that's why Dell is pioneering the edge AI revolution, bringing real-time intelligence to wherever the data lives. You know, at Dell, we absolutely love data. We store it, we protect it, we organize it, and we transform it into actions and insights that drive human progress. Turbocharged by AI, that engine of progress is going faster than ever before. The pace of innovation is at Mach 3. We're creating the future where intelligence amplifies human potential on a massive scale. Standing on the corner of Dell Technologies Way and a new age dawning. The world's most advanced intelligence factories are right here. From xAI's Colossus to CoreWeave, ServiceNow, G42, Mistral, and many others, these are specialized deployments requiring high-value engineering and custom designs, all delivered at unprecedented speed. Here's an example of one we're deploying right now. It's 110,000 GPUs, direct liquid cooled. It uses 240 megawatts of power. It's 27,500 GPU nodes, 2,800 racks, 6,000 network switches, 27,000 miles of network cables. That's enough to wrap around the earth and then some. 6 miles of water pipes and 77 miles of rubber hose to circulate the 100,000 gallons of water needed to recirculate throughout the system. From a blank piece of paper to operational in weeks, it's high density, it's high efficiency, it's built for scale and able to generate tens of trillions of tokens per month using the most advanced and largest models in the world. And systems are being planned right now that will scale to 1 million GPUs and beyond. We just love these customers who push our engineering and our innovation to the edge. But these are companies that are in the business of pure intelligence. For most of us, the reality is a little different. AI isn't your product, but AI can power your purpose. You don't need your own Colossus, but you do need AI. And we're taking all the learnings from these massive systems to make AI easier for you. From AI PCs to small domain-specific models running on the edge to the planetary scale AI data centers, we've got you covered. And I have the honor of spending a lot of time with you, our customers, our partners and friends. Over 97% of the Fortune 500, millions of small and medium-sized businesses around the world, governments, institutions, and all of the incredible companies joining us here today. Mostly, I listen. I learn about your businesses and your opportunities. Each organization has its own culture and values. You're solving different problems, from disease prevention to advanced manufacturing. You're facing different challenges. Yet you all share a powerful legacy of customers, employees, and innovation. You want to serve them better, faster, more securely, and you want to grow while you're doing it. And you're working to consolidate infrastructure, build new skills, and embrace powerful innovations. You worry that the engine of progress is pulling away, and you worry about being left behind and about how or when to jump on. It's a lot, I get it, and that's okay. That's why we're all here. We're here to share our experiences and to help you get on board. Dell Tech is full of on-ramps, and the real danger is standing still. So let's keep moving. There's a bank I want to visit, and someone I want you to meet who's putting data to work and embracing an AI-augmented future for the enterprise. Please welcome my friend and visionary leader, Larry Fine-Smith from JPMorgan Chase.
Hey, Michael.
Larry, great to see you here. Here we are at JPMorgan. Why don't we start the conversation with some context? Tell us about the size and scale of technology at JPMorgan, as well as what your priorities are for the future.
So first, Michael, I'd like to say it's great to be here at Dell Tech World. I was thinking this morning about how long we've been partnering with Dell, and it's been nearly 30 years, and that's an amazing partnership. And I just want to thank you for the friendship for so many of those years. But context is a great place to start. We have many lines of business at JPMorgan Chase, including Chase. I hope many of you are customers, of course. We have 84 million customers, 71 million that interact with us digitally. Our commercial and investment bank moves $10 trillion of payments on any given day, which talks to our global systemic importance. And our asset and wealth management business has $4 trillion under management. We operate in 100 markets globally with over 300,000 employees. Now that requires us to build and deliver technology at scale as well. 60,000 technologists, 44,000 software engineers, an exabyte of data, 6,000 applications, and announced today at our Investor Day an $18 billion technology budget, which is, needless to say, very significant. So while we're a leading global bank, we're actually firmly believe that technology is a differentiator and the heartbeat at everything we do at JPMorgan Chase. In terms of our priorities, 4 key priorities. The first is to build best-in-class digital experience for our clients, customers, employees, many of the 44,000 software engineers. And for these experiences, as you said, we want to leverage that exabyte of data and put AI into everything we do. Significant focus, of course, on cybersecurity, recognizing that the trust that customers place in us. And last but not least, to have all of that run on a modern, resilient, scalable infrastructure. So that's how we think about our priorities.
Awesome. So we have been working together for a long time, particularly on your private cloud strategy. And as you said, with a resilient, scalable, modern infrastructure, let's talk about your cloud and data center strategy and how it's evolving, given what's going on with AI.
Yeah, so to start, we have a hybrid multi-cloud, multi-provider strategy. And our private cloud is an incredibly strategic asset for us. We still have lots of applications, lots of data on-prem for purposes like resiliency and latency and a variety of other benefits. And there you've been a great key partner as well. We've used your next-gen compute hardware. We used your software-defined storage. We also have a substantial GPU footprint for things like market risk calculations, and that drives, with your partnership, great utilization, great density, great data mobility for the applications. But let me switch to our LLM strategy. Our strategy is to use a constellation of models, both foundational and open, which requires a tremendous amount of compute in our data centers, in the public cloud, and of course, at the edge. And the one thing that's constant, whether you're training models, fine-tuning models, finding a great use case that has large-scale inferencing, or using these next-gen reasoning models, they all will drive compute. And we think Dell is incredibly well-positioned to help JP Morgan Chase and other companies in their AI journey.
It's kind of fun to think about putting that exabyte to work, given all the advancements in the models. And when you think about the employee experience, that's an area that you're also leading, and you've got a new headquarters you're building, and always focus on how do you give people the right tools. Tell us how you're thinking about the future of work at JP Morgan, and how is Dell helping you achieve that?
Well, I feel like I'm standing in our lobby right now, which is just awesome. But what I thought I'd do for everyone in the audience before I go into the details of our future of work strategy is I want to play for all of you a short video of how we're thinking of our new headquarters. And the goal of building this new HQ was to create a place where people could come to work and love to be there, whether you're an employee or a client, and all with commitment to sustainability and all with leading edge technology. So why don't we play the video for a second?
Great.
JP Morgan Chase has our employees in mind as we build state-of-the-art new workplaces. We're improving the employee experience in the office through real estate enhancements and innovations. Welcome to the workplace of the future. You'll find thoughtful layouts for productivity and collaboration, diverse and flexible features, because everyone works differently. We're making it faster and easier to swipe into our offices, and making buildings energy efficient and green certified so you can feel good about their sustainability. Our employee-first approach is being built into the new headquarters in New York. Its design and ergonomics inside are as striking as its exterior. Reimagining our workplaces is part of making your best life happen.
We are so excited to go into that building and have you come visit us. And let me tell you a little bit about that building. 2.5 million square feet, 14,000 employees will be there, 100,000 connected devices, all electric, renewable energy, net zero operational emissions. And again, Dell has been such a strategic partner for us as we think about our next-gen modern workspace. So let me tell you how we're thinking about things. One, we're going to be using Dell thin clients and peripherals, and with tremendous efficient desk power as low as 125 watts. By the way, we wanted to have an envelope less than 200 watts, and we're significantly better than that given our partnership. Dell servers on the back end which enables our immersive audio video, which is going to be everywhere in that building. Also using Thunderbolt 4 monitors for a flexible experience so that you can either bring your own device, or for our traders, which have very complex configuration with 4 monitors. And over time, AI compute at the edge, which will allow our applications to run with far greater performance and intelligence. So in this diverse ecosystem where we have technologists, traders, bankers, contact center agents, each with their unique role, our modern workspace in partnership with Dell will play a unique role in having very designed, tailored experiences, which is going to transform the way we work, the way we collaborate, and the way we innovate. And that's been a great partnership with you and your entire team.
Fantastic. So given your focus on AI and the impact on your infrastructure and employee experience, can you talk about your data and AI strategy, and where are you in this journey of sort of realizing the benefits of that 1 exabyte? I'm sure you'll have 2 exabytes here pretty soon. And how are you thinking differently now about your data?
Yeah, so there is no question, and you said it in your opening, data is the long pole in the tent and the cornerstone to achieve value from AI, whether traditional AI or generative AI. And at JP Chase, we treat data as a first-class asset. And what I mean by that is we catalog our data, we understand lineage, how we permission and govern it, clear ownership, but most importantly, that the data is discoverable. And that could be from our data scientists, it could be from application owners, it could be every employee that wants to take advantage of large language models, and now AI agents. So before I go to generative AI, I want you to know, Michael, and the rest of the audience here, that we've been using AI for more than a decade. And that's been for things in machine learning models for fraud, personalization, marketing, operations. But as we think to this transformational shift, which it is, I want to go and tell you some use cases we're doing. The first one is what we call our large language model suite, LLM suite. We've rolled that out to 200,000 people at JP Chase, which we believe is the largest enterprise rollout of any generative AI application. And that's used for QA, summarization, content generation with our own data in a highly secure way. So the exabyte of data you're talking about. The next thing we've done is we've taken the architecture of that LLM suite and we've built applications for our financial advisors, our contact center agents, people that interact with clients so that they can have information at the tip of their finger leveraging models rather than swivel chair application type capability, which is time consuming and difficult to do. And the last area, of course, is in the software development area. We've rolled out code generation AI capabilities to 40,000 plus engineers, where we've seen as much as 20% productivity in the code gen space, and we expect that to grow into all aspects of the software development lifecycle. Now, what I will say, which will be of no surprise, I think, to anyone in this room, is that is all human in the loop right now. But the next exciting horizon is going to be using agents and reasoning models and how you orchestrate all of these agents working together. And we think, as we talked about before we came on, that if you're using a reasoning model that's thinking and planning and rethinking and then executing complex business processes end to end, there's going to be a very big compute burden on that and an unbelievable opportunity for Dell. So the last thing we're doing that's beyond the technology that I talked about is sharing with other companies about their AI journey. It's a very important part of this process. And in fact, we had an amazing meeting in Round Rock just a couple of weeks ago with Jeff and your team and our operating committee to share our experiences in our AI journey. You're doing some great things, we're doing some great things, and that's very important to do as your companies are evolving and using AI. And the last thing I'll say is, I think this is nothing like we've ever seen in technology, this transformational shift. And if I could, I'd like to quote our chairman and CEO, Jamie Dimon, who believes that this AI transformation, including Gen AI, is as transformational as any technological invention we've seen over the last couple of 100 years. Printing press, steam engine, electricity, computing, and the internet. The opportunity here is unbelievable, and Dell and JP Morgan have an opportunity to partner in this way into the future.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Larry. That was great. Much appreciated.
Thanks so much.
Thank you. What a great story of a modern enterprise driving forward with AI. I'm a big fan of JP Morgan and the work we've been able to do together, and we've shared a vision for modern architecture. And here at Dell Tech, we bring it all together in one place. So come on in, I want to show you around. Let's start where it all started, with the PC. Personal productivity is being reinvented by AI. The installed base of 1.5 billion PCs is aging, and it's being replaced with AI innovation. The Windows 10 end of life is coming, and we are ready. Dell is the leader in commercial AI PCs, and we're further distancing ourselves from the competition. We've simplified our portfolio and made it easy for you to choose the right system for you. And we give you the choice of the latest from Nvidia, Intel, AMD, and Qualcomm. Today's PCs are becoming AI workstations, blazing fast, all-day battery life, powered by NPU and GPU innovation. For developers and scientists, our Dell Pro Max with Nvidia GB300 delivers up to 20 petaflops of performance and 800 gigs of memory. That's enough to run and train models with 1 trillion parameters, right under your desk. AI is moving out of the cloud onto the edge, bringing intelligence to every device and every location in real time. With AI PCs and our rugged PowerEdge servers, you can process your data instantly, securely on site. You can slash latency and unleash new possibilities from smart cities to virtualized telecom networks. Which brings us to modern infrastructure. Just as AI is revolutionizing the PC, it's revolutionizing traditional data centers. First up, AI is driving consolidation to free up as much space and as much power and energy as possible. Second, as you consolidate, you need to re-architect. Disaggregated architecture is open, automated pools of compute, networking, and storage. It combines the flexibility of three-tiered with the simplicity of hyperconverged to run any workload anywhere. Our disaggregated solutions are built with the industry's best components, where we lead the industry. First up, compute. Our 17th generation PowerEdge supports your most challenging workloads. And 17G has a 7-to-1 replacement ratio over previous generations. And with the open managed system, you can get automated intelligence and maximum efficiency. And you can free up space and power for those AI workloads with great ROI. And we connect it all with lightning-fast Dell networking to feed those data-hungry GPUs and deliver real-time intelligence from massive data sets. Which brings us to data storage. You know, we love storage at Dell. PowerStore is the leading intelligent all-flash enterprise solution. It's AI-driven, automated, and the perfect choice for disaggregated architecture. More than 17,000 customers have chosen PowerStore as a cornerstone for their data center. With industry-leading deduplication and compression, these customers have saved more than 8 exabytes of capacity, along with the power and space that comes with it. Now on to PowerScale. This is distributed file and object storage for unstructured data, that's the fastest growing kind, at any scale from terabytes to petabytes. It's secure, it's efficient, it's fast, and it's ideal for AI and large-scale analytics. Next up, PowerFlex, the latest software-defined architecture with extreme efficiency to manage traditional and modern workloads. All of our infrastructure is designed from the ground up to be the most secure in the industry. And with Power Protect, you can achieve cyber resiliency by securing your data, responding to threats, and ultimately recovering from attacks. And Dell Apex subscription services make it easy for you to get the technology you need however you want to consume it. And from design to manufacturing to delivery, deployment, and support, you can count on Dell's leading global services around the world and our resilient, flexible, and undefeated global supply chain. Look for much more news on all of this tomorrow as we talk more about modern infrastructure in the keynotes tomorrow morning. The overwhelming majority of the world's data is created in the data center or on the edge. As you heard from Larry, cost, performance, and security will keep much of that data on premises. And soon, agents, our new digital workforce, will be everywhere, able to complete almost any task. Today, 80% of data is in cold storage, but you can imagine a world in the not-too-distant future where data moves to warm and hot tiers, constantly in circulation with thousands of multi-agent systems, transforming millions of tasks from the data center to the edge. In many ways, modern architecture is not a destination, it's a street of continuous innovation. And we've been walking on this path for a long time. Looky here, there's a Lowe's home improvement store where we're doing some really cool work. Let's stop by and say hello to a good friend and a great customer, Samantini Godboli.
Michael, so nice.
Samantini, great to see you.
Great to be here. Thank you for giving us this opportunity.
So, look, I think many of us are familiar with Lowe's, but why don't you tell us a little bit about the company and your role?
Absolutely. So, Michael, Lowe's is in a unique business of home improvement. And we always think about Lowe's as any other retailer, and we are a retailer and very proud of it, but we are a home improvement retailer. And when you think about a mass retailer, you're buying a $50 t-shirt, you're buying a $100 pair of shoes, and let's say they don't work out, you'll return it, you'll move on in your life, no big deal. But with Lowe's, you're doing your floors, you're remodeling your entire kitchen, you're planting your garden, you're inviting your friends and family with pride and joy into your home, and you're showcasing this every day. These are $10,000, $20,000 purchases, and they need to be taken really seriously. This is generally a family decision. We are in their life at lots of different points. We have a lot of touch points. We go into their house to measure their kitchen. We give them a quote. We have a discussion with the family. We are back there to install. We have pro and DIY customer. So I feel like our business is much more joyful, meaningful, and complex at the same time. And I feel like it's ripe for technology and AI.
Now, most people, when they think of Lowe's, don't think of it as a technology powerhouse, but you have led, in the last 6 or 7 years, a rather remarkable digital transformation of the company. Can you talk a little bit about the role technology plays and what your digital strategy has been?
Absolutely. And Michael, when I came in about 7 years ago, my boss, our CEO and chairman, Marvin Ellison, had come in, and then I came a couple of short months later. We could not even print an e-receipt. And 3 weeks after I got into my job, our website crashed in 2018 on a Black Friday, and there were lots of other problems going on. And coming from there to all the way to putting AI in every associate's hand across 300,000 associates, more than 1,700 stores has been phenomenal. This would not have happened without Marvin's sponsorship and support. He's the biggest supporter of technology, first of all. But Michael, I'll tell you a little story. 7 years ago when I came into this job, I got an email from you congratulating me on my appointment and then how Dell and Lowe's is going to partner. I think you're a great leader and you must send this email to every newly appointed CIO. But we thought we were extra special. And
Seemantini, you are very, very special. I want you to know that. Let's make sure everybody at Dell Tech World knows Seemantini, I'm telling you, is incredibly special. She wouldn't be on stage if she wasn't special. Okay, keep going.
So we took it as a sign of we are extra special. And since then, I think Dell and Lowe's partnership has been phenomenal. And I think what we did was we took advantage of every technologies out there. And we created an API, at scale, really robust foundational technology, even for AI, for example. We have invested a lot and created a foundry where I don't want the engineers to think about which LLM to use, how should I use it. It should simply be using an agent, API calls, and you should be able to call the foundry, and we'll get you the right model deployed and answer your questions.
Well, you've done an amazing job in transforming Lowe's, and it's still ongoing. We are very proud to be able to support that effort. Can you talk a little bit about how Dell is engaged with you and the role that we play in the Lowe's digital strategy?
Absolutely, and we are big consumers of lots of Dell products, and it'll be fun to talk about all these things. And Michael, like you were saying, AI is following the data. And more than our 1,700 stores, that's the place, that's where the data is being generated, our e-commerce business, of course. But these are the places where data is being generated. So what we always thought is we'll do a micro data center in the back of every store. And we have it. So we have 4 PowerEdge Dell servers with Nvidia GPUs. So these are L4 chips. Then we have 2 PowerEdge servers, which are doing, from a perspective of SD-WAN. And then we have another Dell server, which is doing video analysis. So Michael, frankly, we started with a micro data center, but there is so much power packed in it, so it's not a micro data center anymore. But it is low latency, high performance. We are doing real-time decisioning and inferencing right there, and that helps us. Then, of course, in the data center, Michael, we have like hundreds of Dell servers, again, PowerEdge. This is where we had standardized our tech stack from an API, analytical AI workload perspective, which we have been running for a long time. But now that we have generative AI, what we have done is with Dell hardware, and then sometimes we have H100s that we acquired through you guys with Nvidia, or sometimes we have L40S. I think we'll have lots of different sizing because one size doesn't fit all, and we are learning and experimenting with that, but that's how we are running our generative AI workload in the data center. And then, of course, Dell recently won the Client Solutions Award from Lowe's. And what that means is we are going to have micro-thin clients at the self-checkout terminal with the peripherals. Sales associates are going to have Dell workstations. In our headquarter location, we are going to have, again, thin clients and Dell laptops and peripherals. So we have a huge footprint. You were talking about storage, Michael, and block storage, file storage, object storage, for structured and unstructured data. So like we said, we are a huge consumer of your technology.
Thank you. And how are you thinking about AI going forward in your strategy, given all the opportunities that are presented?
Absolutely. Michael, my role is technology at Lowe's, and Lowe's.com as a business rolls up to me. When we were thinking about AI, you were talking about there are some companies who are building LLMs and who are building models. We are not in the business of building LLMs, so our first thought process was, how do we use this technology for the benefit of our associates, our store associates, our customers? We always thought that our store associates should look like super associates. When you guys go to the stores and ask them a question, They have to be able to help you, and you should feel like you got just a tremendous treatment. And that dream is so close. It's in our hands now, at our fingertips, with the generative AI technology. And some of the things, Michael, we have done in our stores, for example, we said that every store associate now has on his or her Zebra device, they have almost like a chat GPT for home improvement. You may be a master plumber, but you may not know enough about electrical aisle. You may be a master electrician, but you may not know enough about the garden center. And it's really important that even if you're an electrician and that morning you're working in the garden center, you should be able to answer the questions of the customers, and that's why the companion app that we have comes into picture. The other cool thing, which I'm really proud of, is what we are doing is we are deploying computer vision algorithms at the edge. And we are going to figure out, Michael, let's say you are in one of our aisles and you're looking at the product. Our stores are quite large and the planogram is quite high. So sometimes it's difficult to just look around the corner and know there is an associate who can help you. So let's say you're in an aisle, you're kind of spending a couple of minutes and wondering like, hey, I wish I had help. What's going to happen, Michael, is we are going to pick up those signals through computer vision, and we are going to know that there is a customer in a particular aisle waiting for help. And then Uber style, we are going to send notifications to the associates in that department. They are going to get a notification on their Zebra device that, hey, there is a customer who needs help. They are going to press the button like, I'm on my way, and they are going to come and help you. And what we think is, when you are in Lowe's aisle and you think, I wish I had help, magically associate is going to appear next to you and is going to be able to help you. He or she is going to be able to help you because they are going to have companion apps, so they are going to be able to answer your questions. On the other hand, what we did for our customers is, customers have similar questions. You know, home improvement, like I said, is complex. It's a field of expertise. So things such as, what exterior or interior paint should I use for my house? You know, what plants or flowers work well in my zip code? I have a hole in the drywall. Well, hanging a picture about it will work, but actually the better way is to fix it. How do I fix it? And you can ask all these questions at lowes.com/AI. Michael, we were wondering as to, you know, how should we deploy AI? And one of the things is we wanted to do impactful and meaningful things. We did not want to die a death of 1,000 pilots. And we organized our efforts across how we sell, how we shop, and how we work. And how we sell was for our associates, how we shop was for our customers, and how we work is for our headquarter employees. For whatever reason, I think most companies have begun with their workforce in the headquarters. For whatever reason, we said, no, we are going to put AI in the hands of 300,000 associates. Marvin was extremely passionate about that. And so we started that way. We have a scaled experience in more than 1,700 stores, 300,000 associates. We have Lowes.com/AI rolled out across all customers of Lowes.com, and that's where we started. And we'll go to our headquarter employees and make sure that they have very similar research and analytics-oriented tools. Lastly, for our engineers, we are doing currently, we have a, we call it PR agent, which is pull request agent. 2,000 code reviews are being done by this PR agent. You don't have to wait for an engineer anymore to do your code review. You get instant response. Michael, I have also noticed if you get a response from a machine, you're tending to take it less emotionally than you get it from fellow engineer. I don't know why, but that we are noticing that, and we are doing 2,000 code reviews every week. We actually do 6,000 pull requests every week. So we have scope to go further, but in 60 days we have, you know, this is our adoption, and we'll just keep going. I feel like the possibilities are limitless.
Awesome, that's wonderful, Samantini. Thank you so much for the partnership.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, Lowe's is another great example of a business that is rethinking itself for AI. And I'm having the same conversation with customer after customer. It's not just about the technology, it's about reimagining how enterprises can create and capture value from their data. We are entering the age of ubiquitous intelligence, where AI becomes as essential as electricity. With AI, you can distill years of experience into instant insights, speeding up decisions and uncovering patterns in massive data. But it's not here to replace humans. AI is a collaborator that frees your teams to do what they do best, to innovate, to imagine, and to solve the world's toughest problems. And Dell is the infrastructure, the backbone, enabling enterprises to think faster, to act smarter, and to dream bigger. Last year at Dell Tech World, we introduced a new kind of factory that produces intelligence. And today, we have now more than 3,000 customers running Dell AI factories with a lot of success. The Dell AI factory is up to 60% more cost-effective than the public cloud, and recent studies indicate that about 3/4 of AI initiatives are meeting or exceeding expectations. That means driving ROI and productivity gains from 20% up to 40%, in some cases more. And now with agents and test-time compute and deep reasoning, the models are helping us think, and they're thinking and acting on their own with autonomy. Now, this does require orders of magnitude more tokens and infrastructure. And that's why we will soon see the world invest more than $1 trillion in AI to ensure the prosperity of nations and industries alike. That is a well-justified investment, given that the knowledge economy drives more than half of global GDP, and AI is the operating system that will power the world forward, adding an estimated $15 trillion to the global economy by 2030. But for AI to reach its economic potential, adoption has to broaden. And our job at Dell Technologies is to make AI more accessible for all of you. 85% of enterprises plan to move generative AI workloads on premises in the next 24 months. And together with partners like Microsoft, Hugging Face, Red Hat, Cohere, Meta with the Llama Stack and the Llama 4 models, Google bringing Gemini on-prem, ServiceNow, Mistral, Glean, and many, many more, we're developing AI for the enterprise, delivering end-to-end solutions with the right infrastructure at the right scale for every use case across every industry. And with the pace of innovation that's occurring, I think the number of Dell AI factories is going to grow from thousands today to millions in the years ahead. We are on the cusp of an intelligence explosion. And one partner who is front and center on the mission to bring AI to millions of customers around the world is Nvidia. And today we are super excited to introduce the Dell AI Factory with Nvidia 2.0. First, let's start with the compute engine. Introducing the next generation of AI-optimized servers, the Dell PowerEdge XE9780L and 9785L. Each holds 8 B300 accelerators with 4 times faster training of LLMs and 11 times more compute for inferencing and directed chip liquid cooling, supporting 256 GPUs in a single rack. Our Dell PowerEdge servers also support the latest Nvidia RTX Pro 6000s. Purpose-built for physical and agentic AI like robotics and digital twins with 8 GPUs in a 4U chassis. The density and power of these systems is incredible. They do also generate more heat. And so we have our new PowerCool enclosed rear door heat exchanger, which captures nearly 100% of the heat loads. Advanced airflow and warmer energy-efficient water systems save up to 60% in energy cooling costs, enabling denser AI environments. Second, networking. We're expanding our Nvidia partnership by adding the latest X800 switches to our portfolio. And we're delivering Dell PowerSwitch Ethernet models based on Nvidia networking. You can accelerate AI with both Dell and Nvidia technology. Third, storage and data challenges. Project Lightning, this is our high-performance file system, can train multiple AI models across tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, and soon millions of GPUs simultaneously. It's the world's fastest parallel file system with up to 2 times greater throughput than any competing system, so you can accelerate time to insight. And our Dell ObjectScale platform, integrated with Nvidia Spectrum X switches, give you petabyte-scale data lakes with real-time streaming. And now fourth, scalability and distributed AI inferencing. The Dell AI Factory now enables a 100x increase in tokens per second for distributed inferencing. It's a more than an 80% reduction in latency, which supports the exponential growth of agentic AI. But it's not just about technology, it's also about accessibility and partnerships. That is why we were thrilled to bring Dell Managed Services to the Dell AI Factory with Nvidia. These services are like the easy button to help enterprises get started and accelerate the rollout of AI. With the Dell AI Factory with Nvidia 2.0, you can manage the entire AI lifecycle across use cases, from training to deployment at any scale. Now, I recently had the pleasure of sitting down with Jensen Huang to talk about our partnership, enterprise AI, and the future, and I'd like to share a little bit about that conversation with you now. All right, Jensen, so look, we've been doing this together for a long time, and with the Dell AI Factory, with Nvidia, we've got great momentum. In the last year, we built incredible solutions together, and inside Nvidia, you're using the Dell AI Factory with Nvidia. Inside Dell, we're doing it, and now we've got this incredible progress with the reasoning models and the test time compute, and we're on the way to agents. Give us your perspective on how you see the incredible progress here that's going on.
From a technology perspective, we're now, exactly as you say, we went perception to generative to now reasoning AI models. And that's at the raw technology level. At the industrial level, we started with AI clouds. Some of it was CSP, some of it are these new GPU cloud companies that are focused largely on AI native startups and AI native cloud companies. But we're also teeing up simultaneously, and you mentioned NVIDIA using it. We're simultaneously teeing up for one of the largest opportunities ahead of us, which is enterprise AI. These are companies that are essentially building a digital workforce of AI agents. And these AI agents could be working in cybersecurity, in many of the cases I have, and software engineering, and marketing, and sales operations, and forecasting, and supply chain management. All these different AI agents are being created now that can augment our human workforce with a digital workforce. And in order for us to bring these AI agents to the world's enterprise, some of them want to do it in the cloud, but many of them want to do it on-prem.
Well, now there's a lot of data, being created at the edge, and customers increasingly want to bring the AI to the data instead of bringing the data to the AI.
Exactly.
All the new capabilities that are being created requires a ton of innovation. And together with the improvements in compute and storage and networking, and put all this together, now we have the Dell AI Factory with NVIDIA version 2.0.
You and I, we've known each other for 30 plus years. We met during the PC revolution, and then we saw the internet come, and then we saw the cloud come, and then now AI is here. This is unquestionably the single biggest platform shift. And we talk about how every single layer of the tech stack, of the computing stack, is getting reinvented. And so it stands to reason 400,000 or 500,000 enterprise companies around the world, which has built their IT data center over the last 30 years that you have not known each other, is built in the old way, and it needs to be somehow brought into the world of AI.
It's a whole new architecture, that you've been talking about, and we've been building together. And the progress in the last year, we heard earlier today, customers like Lowe's, JP Morgan Chase, customers building their new factories like SanDisk and Continental, and so many other customers that are essentially creating intelligence with their proprietary data to enhance their own businesses and do it, super fast.
Yeah, that's incredible. And they take their raw data, their institutional knowledge, and you put it into this AI factory, the Dell AI factory. You refine that data, and what comes out of it is intelligence. Of course, there's a lot of mathematics in the middle, but from the outside looking in, it's not more complicated than that. And so now we take that intelligence, we embed it into AI agents.
Well, and when you use your own proprietary company data and you express it in an agent, essentially you're expanding your ability to express your competitive advantage. And look, we're not that far away where these models are really, really good at any cognitive task, and that's going to make us all way more productive and way more effective.
These deep research agents want to operate on your company's data, and your company's data is on-prem. We want to create the entire platform from compute, and we have so many new products that we're launching together. Right? We have x86 versions, we have Grace CPU versions, we have air-cooled versions, we have liquid-cooled versions. We have versions that are designed for running in virtualized environments like VMware and Red Hat. We have systems that are designed to run with Kubernetes, and the developers will use brand new Dell workstations with our RTX Pro GPU, AI GPU. You have a Dell workstation, desk-side workstation with multiple RTX Pro 6000 GPUs. And you even have a little tiny computer that sits next to somebody who has a laptop and they would like to have an AI native, basically personal cloud. And that little tiny device, we call ours the DGX Spark, and you have one right here. And
absolutely.
Yeah, it's incredible. Little tiny AI supercomputer. In your laptop, you open it up, now you're connected to it. It's fantastic. And so from this little personal device to a laptop to a workstation, all the way to these AI factories, you're launching a whole new family this coming fall. It's incredible.
Absolutely. So Jensen, thank you so much for being here. Any closing thoughts for the Dell Tech World audience?
Well, I think that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. In the last 60 years, this is the biggest reinvention that you and I have seen. This is incredibly exciting technology. You want to engage it. The impact to your company is incredible, and you want to be an early adopter. This is the beginning of a decade of transformation, but you don't want to be second. This is the time you want to be first.
Awesome. Thanks very much, Jensen.
Jensen and I have been working together for a long time, for many decades, and our partnership has never been more important. It's a special relationship, and we see a lot of those here at Dell, like we have with JP Morgan Chase and Lowe's and with all of you. Relationships thrive when you do what you say you're going to do and you live up to your commitments. Play nice but win. That's how we do it here at Dell Technologies. We also understand our commitments to our planet and to future generations. We are at a golden hour of progress, but this is going to take a whole lot of infrastructure and a whole lot of energy. So we need new renewable energy sources, and we need hyper-efficient data centers with smart power management optimized with liquid cooling. Our software tracks and forecasts energy consumption and emissions and automates the power and thermal management using telemetry. We also have leading asset recovery programs to retire the older systems, reuse some of the ingredients from those. That's critical as we refresh the 1.5 billion PCs in the installed base with AI innovation. For us to realize the possibilities of AI, we need to do it responsibly, so we can release this superpower onto the world at scale. You know, it's a privilege to be able to showcase customers like JP Morgan and Lowe's and partners like Nvidia. My sincere thanks to Larry, Samantini, and Jensen for sharing their stories today. But there is one more story that I want to tell, and it happens here at home. And that is our final stop on Dell Technologies Way. The superpower of AI is not just for the enterprise. Why do we do all this? AI is for all of us. AI is for human progress. And it's powerful whether it's in the hands of a Fortune 50 CIO, as you saw some examples earlier today, or a dad. That was the case for Adrian Milan, the founder of a startup in Australia who wanted to give his children a better way to learn. Out of a dinner table conversation came an idea to build Norby, a robot.
I prefer being called a conversational language companion, thank you. I'm designed to help people learn a second language or assist those undergoing speech therapy to improve their speaking and pronunciation.
So the idea behind Norby is that we can build something that's much more interactive. We have the ability now with some of the new AI technology to be able to tailor the interaction to each individual user. The Dell Precision workstations and the Nvidia GPUs have been a huge help. In our case, we use them in a few different contexts. One is obviously being able to do all the mechanical engineering and CAD designs for manufacturing. And the other part of it is being able to train and fine-tune some of these large language models.
I can speak 40 languages and I'm adding more every week.
We're getting to the stage now where a lot of these large language models get run in the cloud, but also be run locally. We can load them onto the workstations and train or fine-tune them on the edge. I would say on a more personal level, my youngest son spent about 3.5, 4 years in speech therapy. So being able to see him use it and get value out of it and stay engaged, both as obviously the creator of Norby, but as a parent, that's been really fulfilling.
And Adrian is here today with us. Hello, Adrian. There's Norby, too. It's early days for Norby, but as you can imagine, the power of an AI-driven revolution in personalized learning and language and speech therapy will present incredible possibilities. All it took, in the case of Norby, was a dream, Dell workstations powered by Nvidia. AI is the new electricity. And Dell is the grid powering this transformation, connecting the data, the intelligence, and the innovation. At our core, we're about solving the world's toughest challenges and enabling human progress. And that's happening every day, in laboratories, on manufacturing floors, in boardrooms, and at dinner tables around the world. And we are so proud that it's all right here on our street, where ideas turn into actions. Thank you for joining us at Dell Technologies World, and we look forward to a terrific 4 days with you.